What's up, guys? How are you doing? So welcome to my channel again, and so this is my channel, as I said in other videos that I created mainly for share my illustration and concept art workflows, and just to share my work with the world, but maybe I can help someone with the knowledge that I have, that I acquired in the past 6 years, and I hope we can help someone with the things that I've been learning, in this past 6 years, almost 7 years of studies and drawing studies. So anyway, as I said in other videos of this series, this anatomy series, I am focusing now on hand anatomy, hand construction, and I already did 5 videos about this subject, all in Portuguese, and now I'm doing I will try to do 4 or 5 videos in English. So let's go. And now in this video I will continue where I stopped, in the last video. So I need to now construct the this finger. I don't know how to say this finger in English. Probably it have a proper name to this finger, but it is this finger, the shortest finger on the hand. So yeah, e bom, pessoal aí do Brasil, peguem leve nas críticas do meu inglês, mas eu tô estudando, cara, é difícil, se coloca no meu lugar, é difícil desenhar e explicar meu processo. Mas enfim, vou mudar para o inglês de novo. Prometi que ia gravar pelo menos mais 2 vídeos em inglês, né? Vamos ver se eu consigo. Confia em mim. Vem comigo. Now, back to English. Yeah, guys, as I said in the last video, you should keep in mind while you're drawing, hand or any other structure or feature of the body, of human body, you need to keep in mind the overall proportion and the structure. You need to establish, or should establish, before you start to create a more defined, more stylized drawing, because this will help you to give more fidelity, more authentic credibility to your drawings. It will appear believable, so to speak. Here I'm doing quite it's thumbnail of the major hand that I'm doing here. you know. I don't know if you can see here. I like to do this while I'm studying, and now while when I'm studying, and now when I'm, you know, trying to, share my process and trying to explain this process to others. So it's pretty straightforward, just again follow the structure of the hand, and after you establish the structure, you start to give more character to the hand, to start to build the complexity, the complex forms over the simple forms, you know. And this approach you can find on, the Michael Hampton's figure drawing design invention. And you can find him here in YouTube too. And you can find it, this approach in Watts Atelier, Jeffrey Watts, and the guys from Watts Atelier. They they teach something around this, and and of course, there are others teachers, other books, but I forget at the moment. Glenn Whirlpool is another that you can use his books too to study this approach, to, and of course the other one is Peter Hahn with his dynamic sketching. But the major thought behind this approach is just to simplify the complex forms into simple forms, simple geometric forms, box and spheres, in other forms that can capture the major volume of the structure that you're trying to convey on the paper. And later you will start to add more character. Again, here, just like here, I'll start to 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 curve a little bit or mark the edges of the joints, of the finger, and start to oops. I made a mistake again in this pen. What a shame. You know, we put the flash, you know, skin folds. And I forgot to curve this form just like I did here, you know, curve it, the form. No, this is all a thumbnail, just to, you know, hope you can see in the video what I'm doing. You know, just put, you know, the shapes and the gestures of the muscles, the tendons, you know, the flesh. Keep in mind the structure, and trying to draw very lightly. I made a mistake here. I drew quite tight here with, you know, pen. I needed. I should I should. How can I say that? You know, it was kind of. Wasn't paying attention at all here. They say it's quite difficult to me to do this, you know, because I need to to focus on a lot of things on this video. You know, I need to shoot. I need to speak in English, to talk in English. I need to be aware of my posture while I'm drawing. You know, because this is not the common way that I sit on my table, drawing table to draw. You know, I need to pay attention the lightning, the, the light to the light here on the video. If is okay, the lights, you know, my light setup. So it should be something around here, like this. Not exactly like this. Sorry for the lack of speaking or talk. Put in the comment section if I should do this in English or in Portuguese. Probably this will be the last video that I will do in English. But at least I can concentrate a little more in what I'm trying to do. If I was speaking Portuguese, this hand will be wouldn't be in this stage of construction. No, this is not something that is exactly like the perspective that I'm doing in this hand. Turned out quite strange. I'm trying to save this with line wave, and another tendon. We have some skin folds around here, here, around here, bone, and the flesh, the tendon, and this shit, and this muscle go around here. This one here, and it goes. Don't do what I'm trying. Try to draw very lightly with the pen, guys. Just to not, try not to mark paper too much as I did here. You can do this later when you are trying to tighten up the major, the major masses. Not my proudest hand, but I think you can. I hope you can get something from this. And back here we have some part of the tongue. Nothing around here. But this will be better. So let's get back to the bigger drawing. Again, let's draw very lightly in this one, and you try to use the whole arm, to draw these lines. And guys, put in the comment section where you're from, where you are watching this video from, where you from where you're from, where you are watching this video. I really want to know uh, where you are, because I think it interests to know uh, you know where I can reach people with my work, or how much people I can reach with my work you know so to be try to produce more videos in English, first and foremost to practice my English skills, and to you know to amplify my my reach, to try to reach as much as possible uh, of people, the amount of people. I don't know if it makes sense. um, I'm tired. I need to sleep. I spent too much time in this hand. I spent 20 minutes here and didn't say anything. Yeah, that's life. Let's complete this one. Again, blocks. And now let's start curve. And start to try to do the curvature of the phalanges and this tip of the finger here. I think this one will turn out better than this. This is on a thumbnail. I just need to, you know, just to be, just to I'm just trying to, you know, to do more things in this video. Trying to put more contents. I mean, and try to do more construction. Do more small studies in related to the big studies. Let's finish this hand. So it goes this finger. Like here you can see I hope the box that I block here. Here, here. Oops. This angle is quite difficult to draw. This perspective of this part. And here we have other part. Here. Don't know if you can see that. I think the most difficult part when drawing this type of things, and especially with this approach, is start to try to see the things with, you know, this simplified forms. You know, it's a box. You know, it's a box. This is a box, and here we have another box. And this is perspective. You know, and again, I prefer to draw boxes instead of cylinders, because the boxes help me to give me a more solid sense of three dimensionality for my drawings, and it helped me while when I start to shade the drawing, because I can see the faces, so to speak, of the structure. So I know that this the front part of the finger is the side, and here is the edge of the you know the define these surfaces, these faces of the sides of the finger, just like this, like the hand. So I prefer to draw boxes, the structure as a boxes instead of cylinders. I know that there is some teachers or other people, on YouTube that do cylinders instead of boxes, but I think, to me at least, is easier to visualize these forms as boxes. And as I said, it helped me when I'm start to shade the surfaces. Here we have this overlap here of the finger, the little finger. Let's zoom out. I think it's better. I think it's another difficult pose. Let's see if I can get it right. Probably not, but let's try anyway. Just happen accidents if we made some mistake. Just happen accident. It's not a mistake at all, because everyone here is trying to improve. Everyone here is trying to be better than yesterday. Just 1% at a time. And I think it's the most, but I think it's better to think this way. When you're trying to improve not only any art fundamental, but in any field in life, in any area in life. Just instead of thinking that I made a mistake, I'm a competent person, I'm not good enough, I can never learn this, instead of to keep this kind of toxic mentality. At least what I'm doing now, in the past 2-3 years, I try to be more present. I try to be more, not necessarily confident, but I try to be more aware of the things that I can do, of the things that I cannot do yet, and the things that I probably will not do for a number of reasons, especially things related to my resources, money, monetary resources. So I need to be realistic. I think it's the correct word. You know, I try to be realistic. You know, with the things that I do, try to do in life. You know, maybe a little stoic. I try to develop quite a stoic approach toward life nowadays. You know, so to speak. So yeah, man. Because if you're trying to do something new and you made a mistake, it's amazing. It's amazing. Well, if you didn't kill someone at the process, or damage, something from someone, is so it's just a drawing that you did wrongly, or a drawing that you could execute the fundamentals in a proper way to convey the thing that you're trying to convey, the thing that you're trying to create. It's okay, just start again, pick another sheet of paper and start again, guys. you know so everyone talk about Kim Jong-il, how awesome was his ability to draw the things that he wanted for imagination. And here is some people talk, oh, the talent, he was so gifted. Oh, some people are born with this, I can never reach that level, why I need to improve, why I need to study, when you know there will be guys and girls like this, that can execute something in a form, in a better way than me, and blah 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 blah. But in my humble opinion, you know, you're forgetting that these people, they draw better than you, and probably practice. Probably, I think I can say with 100% of of you I can guarantee to you 100% that these people probably only draw better than you because they practice a lot. So Kim Jong-il is one of the major examples. He was an amazing artist. I have huge respect for him, even if after he passed away. He passed. Still one of my favorite artists too. A huge inspiration too to me. And and yeah, guys. You think all the people keep I see that a lot of people, when he was alive, talk about his pen, and what kind of pen do you use, so some people just, attributes, just think that buying the pen that Kim Jong-il was using, they will automatically draw like him. This is so naive, it's so childish to think like this. It is so disrespectful, in my opinion, and not only with the artists, that had studied for decades, just to do something in a few minutes or a few hours. I think it's not only this is respectful to the artists, But to you guys, when you assume this kind of posture, I think you are respecting, just respecting yourself too. You are assuming a kind of childish, you know, um, posture, so to speak, and probably you are forgetting your journey as an artist, your journey as a person. This is important too, not only your artistic abilities, you know, is important, but your life experience can shape the way you see things, the way you draw things, especially when you're doing stylized work, you know. So this is important, you can't deny that. And when to to talk these things, when you assume this childish approach toward life, toward people, especially people that are better than you in anything, I think it's very disrespectful. First, with the people, you are ignoring that these people have more experience than you. They practice a lot, they study a lot, they did a lot of shit drawings in the journey, and you are only seeing the results of this, thousands of shit drawings, you know, and, and the results is these amazing drawings that he did, in his later career, when. So yeah, guys, for every amazing drawing of an artist that you see on the internet, I think there is at least 100 drawings, sheet drawings, or 99 sheet drawings that you know these artists are hiding from the view. You're only viewing the last drawing, the best drawing. This is the thing about social media. Some people just think that everyone is producing amazing drawings all the time, and they forget that drawing is a journey, just like, and it's an ability that you need to keep practicing every day to get better, Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say. What was the thing that inspired me to start this essay, this TED talk? Yeah, guys, don't bother too much with your so-called mistakes. Just have essence. If you're making mistakes, it's because you're trying to improve. You're trying to get better. If you're trying to get better, it's okay. It's amazing. Keep getting better. Keep studying 1% every day. But set realistic goals. In your life. So this, I mean, trying to improve, with intention. If you want to be a concept artist and illustrator for entertainment industry, start to develop these abilities to this profession, just to get the job in this field, And if you are a hobbyist, I think you can just relax and enjoy your you can relax a little more than a person that is trying to get in the industry. But I think you should relax. You should not worry too much about the know about your mistakes. Yeah. Again, there's no any magic trick. You just practice. You need to just practice until you start to understand the things. I don't know. It makes sense. It's quite difficult to do this in English. You construct these things while I'm speaking in English. So bear with me, guys. I hope you could understand something. I hope you can, pick something useful from this. I hope. I hope. If not, that's life. Sorry to not be able to speak in English. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, if I'm making mistakes while I'm speaking English because I'm trying to improve, guys. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to get better. So here I'm start to sketch and to plan it, to try to start to do the gesture of the tendon of the finger. Go like here. So here we can start to I forgot to do this the palm here. I forgot to detail a little bit. Here I forgot to do this kind of skin fold here on the hand that it goes, here under and here on the side and go to the joint of the on this finger. Here we have the flesh. Here we have the tendon. You can start to do something like this. Here. I think I made this section of the finger a little too short. I will try to change here. Made a little too short. Yes, flip a little bit the paper. Try to put this a little bigger here. Let's here, here, Let me do a small pause. Now back. I think it's quite decent now. Sorry, my nose is still strange. I think I'm starting to get the overall shape here. And let's start to do the arm here, the gesture. I think I did this hand before, if I'm not mistaken. We have a demon. Here's the flesh with the joints. We have a soft edge here, hard edge here, soft edge here. We press a little hard and just, soft, hard, soft. Let's we can start here. We can start to walk the flesh that goes under the finger, goes under the palm, go to the palm of the hand. Here, finger, we can just up, start to here. Now on the joints, we start to curve a little bit. Because we have the bones here, the joints, the phalanges, so they are a little bit spherical. So now, after we establish the overall shape of the finger, we start to stylize it or to add the details, you know, or under over the the structure. You know. So here I have this finger here, just like this, 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 this. Something around here, around this. Again, pay attention to the line waving and the overlapping of the forms. Let's get back to the burst. No, guys, it's pretty straightforward what I'm doing. I'm just following the reference after I establish the overall proportion, you know, the structure of the hand. Now I just start to add the, you know, the complexity of the hand. I'll try to build the muscles of the hand, the tendons. Now start to indicate these features. You know, here I have this tensor, goes like this. Let's do the skin fold here. We have quite, you know, pronounced skin fold here in this direction. It goes around here. Let's zoom in. One skin fold here. We have another one. And here is a soft edge. Here's a hard edge. Now it's a soft edge. It goes around here, go to the top, the hand in this direction. Now it goes to here. I think it's a blood vessel. That's why it's soft, you know. I think it's a blood vessel. It goes around here. Now guys, I'm gonna finish this video. So Thank you so much for tuning in, to watching this video. I didn't talk too much in the video. I'm sorry. I tried my best, but I'm quite sleepy, tired. I need to sleep, and but at least I completed the hand. The next videos I will try. I don't know if I will do another hand around here. Probably I'll do. I don't know if in the next video I will do another hand here, or I will continue to work on this hand. So leave your feedback in the comment section. Tell me if this was helpful to you. I will try my best on the next videos to talk a little more. I spent too much time in this hand, and as I said, the bigger one, looks better. Will look better. Now I think it's better. It's pretty straightforward, guys. Block, block, block. Just do boxes. Mark the joints with rectangles. Connect. Major forms. You do basic forms, basic geoforms to establish a sense of structure and to and to establish not only the structure but the perspective of the feature, the thing that you're trying to represent in the paper. Later you just connect the forms with lines, and then you start to build the complexity. You start to look for example, tendons, skin folds, blood vessels, muscles, keeping attention the edges, the hard edges, the soft edges, the pressure of the pen. So here we have a skin fold. So we have a pretty thick line here, because we have something like this, so we do something around this, and here we have very soft line. It goes around here, so it's a soft edge, something like again here, here, blood vessel, or a tendon, but a skin fold, it tend to be something more, and pronunciated, something more the market. Well, so thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for checking this video. Leave your feedback in the comment section. I hope I could help someone with my process. If not, again, feel free to leave any critique, any feedback on the comment section. I hope I can do better. I will try to do better 1% every time, as I try to do every time. So, well, thank you so much to check this video. Thank you so much to stay with me in this video, and thank you for your patience with me, with my English skills. I'm not, as you can see, as you can listen, I really need to improve, but it's a never-ending journey, just like drawing. Something that I'm trying to improve every day, but I'm doing my best, you know. I not take this as something that is a talent, something that I was born with. So I'm working my way through, just like in drawing, you know. So well, guys, thanks so much. See you in the next video. É isso aí, pessoal do Brasil, muito obrigado aí por acompanhar esse vídeo, esse processo de desenho. Nos vemos aí nos próximos vídeos, né? Provavelmente vou continuar essa mão aqui no próximo vídeo. E é isso aí, senhores. Muito obrigado. Deixe seu like, ative o sininho para receber as notificações. E nos vemos nos próximos vídeos. Falou? Um abraço e fui! Valeu? Falou, tchau! Dá um zoom aqui só para vocês verem como é que ficou. So I'm doing I activate the zoom just to see how things are going with this drawing. As I said, it's quite decent. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts on the comment section. Here's the thumbnail that I did at the start of the video. Again, pay attention to the structure, line weight, perspective, hard and soft edges, and basic forms. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye. Valeu, galera. Tchau. Estou cansado com sono. Beleza? Fui.